Facts Verse presents. Firemen thought they were saving puppies, but they weren't dogs at all. Firefighters are known for risking their lives to save the lives of others. A firefighter won't think twice about running into a burning building to save somebody. It's their job. Firefighters know about the dangers of their jobs when they get into the field to begin with, but they don't care. They're selfless and brave. The Colorado Springs Fire Department is just like any other fire department. They work as a team. In March 2018, the firefighters got a call that wasn't like their usual call, because this call was not for a fire. It wasn't about saving a human life at all. It was about saving the lives of animals. They received a call one morning about a litter of 8 tiny puppies who'd been abandoned in a storm drain. The firefighters couldn't understand who would drop these puppies down the drain, but that wasn't the problem at hand. The true problem was getting them out safely. They were told the puppies were tiny, and if they didn't get to the storm drain soon, they knew the puppies wouldn't make it. When the firefighters arrived, they began pulling the tiny animals out, and when they pulled out the first puppy, they saw that it had black fur, and that made the firefighters think these were black Labrador puppies. As they pulled the puppies out of the storm drain, they were hoping the mother would come back looking for her babies. Puppies of this size need their mother if they're going to thrive. They weren't old enough yet to feed themselves or care for themselves at all. The firefighters knew that if the mother didn't return, they would need to send the puppies somewhere to get the care they needed. Getting the puppies out of the storm drain, that was relatively easy. It didn't take long before they were all rescued. They waited for a few minutes to see if the mother would come back, but she didn't, and so they decided to take them to the Humane Society of the Pikes Peak region, and they figured the veterinarian there would know how to care for the puppies. They went straight to the Humane Society, and when the vet saw the puppies, he had a shocked look on his face. The firemen thought they were saving tiny puppies, but they realized they weren't dogs. The veterinarian told them that they weren't puppies at all. He told them the baby's fur wasn't really black, it was actually dark red. The veterinarian told Fire Captain Brian Vaughn that the babies that they had pulled out of the storm drain were actually baby foxes. The firefighters were shocked. One person who wasn't surprised at all, though, was Travis Saunder, the Colorado Parks and Wildlife District wildlife manager. He said that before spring begins, there are a lot of animals who are starting to have babies, and they often have them all in small dens. When the mother can't get to a den, she'll make do with any place that she can. In this case, the mother fox believed that the storm drain was the closest place that she could find that resembled a den. Travis told the firefighters they should return the baby foxes to the storm drain. They said they were hoping the mother was still in the area. They thought maybe if there weren't any people around that they'd come back to the storm drain. They had no plan of leaving the babies there alone, though. They decided to keep an eye on the storm drain from a distance to see if she was coming back. Sadly, the mother fox did not return. Travis and a few other rescuers from the Humane Society decided that they would need to come up with a Plan B to make sure that the baby foxes would get the care they needed. They went back to the storm drain and they retrieved the babies. They couldn't care for them on their own because, well, these are firefighters and they had zero knowledge regarding foxes. So instead, they brought them to the animal clinic of Woodland Park, and this was a place where there were knowledgeable people to care for the puppies, and there were plenty of places for them to run around. The people at the animal clinic understood how tough these babies' lives had been so far, so they wanted to make them as happy as possible, and they decided that once the babies were strong enough, they would be released back into the wild. For some abandoned animals, returning them into the wild isn't a possibility. When the mother abandons them, they don't have the necessary skills to live on their own. Foxes are different, though. They have the necessary instincts to care for themselves when they're old enough and strong enough. It just comes naturally. The firefighters called the animal clinic regularly to check on the animals that they thought were puppies originally, and they wanted to make sure that these little babies would grow to have a happy, normal life. The people at the animal clinic of Woodland Park said they could understand why the person who reported the babies thought that they were puppies. They also understood why the firefighters believed that as well. When foxes are babies, they do look just like puppies, but as they get older, they start getting their more fox-like features. The baby foxes were lucky that somebody came by to help. The puppies likely would not have lasted much longer in that storm drain on their own. The firefighters may not have been saving a human that day, but it doesn't mean that they didn't save a life. In fact, they saved 8 lives. Thanks to the members of the Colorado Springs Fire Department, the baby foxes will have a chance at life, and soon they'll be back in the wilds of Colorado. They never figured out where the mother of the babies went, though. The wildlife professionals thought maybe she had an accident and couldn't get back to her young. It's pretty uncommon for a mother to leave her young in the den and not come back. Something must have happened to her when she went out for food for herself that made it impossible for her to come back and care for her young. Subscribe for more.